Regal Seagull here, and today vacation haul video. I've just got back from a recent vacation. My husband and I went to Kingsport, Tennessee. I did some Funko Pop hunting while I was there. I always like going to different Walmarts in different areas to see what pops they have. I actually went to 2 different Walmarts, but the first Walmart I stopped at, I picked up this Dwight Pop from The Office. Now, not a fan of The Office. Pops sell really well. This was a convention exclusive shared to Walmart, but this is actually missing the sticker. So I'm not sure if this will hurt the resale value or not, but I picked up this pop purely to resell it. And I also picked up Johnny Rose from Schitt's Creek. Very funny TV show. The popularity of this show, and it ended so well, and everybody loved it. I see people wanting this pop. Maybe not as much as some of the other characters from this line. They did only make 4 characters, the parents and the 2 siblings. I do hope they continue this line to make a few other side characters. As I was saying, with Walmart Pops, they tend to get banged up a lot. But because they are mostly inexpensive, this one does have a bit of damage on it. But I'd actually never seen a Mariah Carey pop. I was unaware they actually made this figure. It is actually part of the Pop Rocks line, and I actually don't have any. Now, I do plan on reselling this one. I looked up value, said she was going for about $19. I'm probably going to hold onto her for a little while. Now, this box does have some damage here in the window. How long she's been sitting on the shelf? There were only 3 of her left, and I picked out the best looking box of the 3. They were all pretty thrashed. We stopped at 2 Targets. Both of their pop selections were really limited. There's that wall, and it's all just pops. There's virtually nothing. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they're restocking, if they just caught them at a bad time, or if everybody just buys them out the second they get figures. I don't know what the deal is, but I picked up Moira Rose to go along with the Johnny figure, and as I said earlier, this is just a hilarious show on bundling her with the Johnny Rose pop. Next stop, we searched for some comic stores, and there was one relatively close to where we were. This huge comic store. I'm going to give them a shout out. Dwayne's World. I need to check and see if they have a website. If they do, I will put them in the link in the description below. They had comic books, they had action figures, they had pops, they had D&D, just anything nerdy. They actually still had some Stranger Things pop figures, and they had a decent selection of Dorb figures and a few rock candy figures left. But I picked up Gumby. Now Gumby, I'm keeping this one. Gumby was one of my favorite shows growing up, and when I saw him, and this box is actually in decent condition. Not minty fresh, but I don't see virtually any dings here. And when I saw him, I did not realize they actually made a Gumby figure. Copyright is 2020. Maybe he came out last year and maybe I missed him. I don't know how I missed him, but I hope they make more from this line. The back just has Gumby there. So I don't know if they're planning on making more, if he was just a one-off. The next pop I picked up from Dwayne's World, the Golden Girls Dorothy figure. She was actually on my whatnot want list for a little while. Didn't have any of the others as far as I could see. My husband and I recently binge watched the Golden Girls, and Dorothy has always been my favorite character, so I was happy to add her to my collection. We stopped at a couple of Books-A-Millions as well. And speaking of Golden Girls and Dorothy, I picked up the Dorothy in the bowling attire. Now, this is a relatively new release. They did have the others there as well. Books-A-Millions are kind of getting rare in my area, and I've always liked their selection of pop figures, so I was glad to pick her up. And I guess that makes me a Dorothy completionist because I have both Dorothy Pops, and if they make any more, I guess I'm going to have to get them now. Last Books-A-Million that we stopped in, I was so happy to find this pop, another one to add to my collection, my favorite character from How I Met Your Mother, Barney Stinson. Now, they've only made two, well, they've made three from this line, but on the back it's Ted and Barney, and they've made a Robin Sparkles exclusive, and I would like to add her to my collection someday. I walked in, looked at the pop shelf, and I wasn't expecting to see him. He was the only one, and the box is in excellent condition. I was so surprised and happy to see him sitting there, and a welcome addition to my Funko Pop collection. This could have been the closest one, and we were 3.5 hours away. We searched and we found an F.Y.E. Now, I had to have spent a good 45 minutes to an hour in there looking at all the pops, especially since they do their F.Y.E exclusives. And I bought the Stitch with Frog. Box is in great condition. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to sell him or keep him yet. I paid $15 for him. They are making a lot of Stitch figures coming up, so I don't know if that's going to oversaturate the people wanting these pops, but I mean, it's Disney, it's Stitch, and he's so cute. The next pop, and I had actually completely forgotten about this one, and another from the Pop Rocks line, Debbie Harry. This one came out in 2019. She's a 2019 Fall Convention exclusive. I remember thinking it was really cool that they made her, and I would like to have her. I don't listen to a lot of Blondie, but I know she is an icon and inspiration to some of my other favorite singers, mainly Shirley Manson from Garbage. So I just decided to pick her up. She was actually on sale. They had several at this F.Y.E location, and the box is in pretty decent condition for being that it came out in 2019, and I picked her up still on the shelf in 2021. She was actually on clearance. This should have been a $15 pop, being a shared exclusive. She was labeled as $10, but when I got up to the counter, I actually only paid $3 for this figure, but I don't plan on selling her. I want to add her to my collection. The last F.Y.E figure exclusive, not that this pop was an F.Y.E exclusive, but I had to pick up the zombie Mystique. Now, Mystique is my favorite Marvel X-Men character, and I actually don't own any of the Marvel zombie figures yet. I was excited when they're coming out, but I'm not really a huge fan of the style. But being Mystique, and she's my favorite character outside of Wolverine, I just had to pick up this figure. The box is in nice condition, and I'm looking forward to adding it to my other X-Men pop figures. Well, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this haul video. Definitely love to look for pops in the wild, so to speak. More recently, I have been ordering more online. I would definitely say Target is one of my favorite stores to go to get Pops. Visit GameStop, Walmart, and I was surprised to find an F.Y.E. I wish there was one closer to me, but everyone at least has an online presence now. Comment down below your favorite place to buy Pops. Well, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.